crash outs. We love using that term nowadays, crash outs, right?
Yeah.
But he crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't crash out overnight.
Nah.
It took time. And it took like little signs people probably was ignoring, but there's always that one thing that tips somebody over the edge.
We have a dynamic where we can go back and forth for
We
hours.
do.
We actually have gone back and forth for hours on end before.
We have.
I'm not gonna lie to you. And y'all might recognize them from the Vlad versus the Boys series.
Yes, sir.
And we enjoyed our time on that.
Yeah, we
we
did.
enjoyed. We gonna get back to it.
Oh,
but,
yes.
Yo, we enjoyed that. We had the time of our lives.
We did.
But I'm like, the theme of Vlad versus the Boys
Mhm.
was or is accountability.
Yeah.
Like masculinity plus accountability,
Mm-hmm.
plus having a bit of fun. And I called it Vlad versus the Boys because I rely on you, Tim, Fred, and also other guys to hold me accountable and such.
Mm-hmm.
And having our dynamic where we're able to go back and forth with each other, not just freely, but like I know you to the point where I know I'm not going to cross any boundaries with you. I know, okay, if I'm ever challenging you on this or you're ever challenging me on this,
Mm-hmm.
it's something that's needed. You called me out on stuff,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying I had stuff to call you out on, but
Mhm.
you know I always got your back with stuff.
100%.
And
Yeah.
I trust that whenever you saying, "Hey, yo, Vlad, you gotta fix this. Hey, Vlad, you're not doing it too well," or
Mhm.
Vlad, you're not hustling as much,
Mm.
or Vlad, you're not doing enough for this, that, or third. Whenever I'm around you, I know, okay, this is not only coming from a place of love, but somebody who sees the best in me.
Yeah.
And when it comes to that conversation about accountability and all of such things, it's like I trust you with these conversations.
Mm.
Genuinely, bro.
No, I appreciate you, bro. No, for
Because
sure.
it's very needed in our society today, because it's like, what's a man without accountability?
Nothing.
What's a man without people who's willing to challenge him?
Sure.
It's like, I always ask the question again,
Mhm.
having conversations about trying to become the best man you could be, right?
Yeah.
And that's a conversation that's always needed. I don't care if it's like you on the other side of the world or this, that, or third,
Yeah.
but it's like you always need that person to hold you accountable, because you can go buck wild. And
You
we've
can.
seen people who gone buck. You've
Yeah.
seen your plenty share of people who
Yeah.
gone buck wild.
Yeah.
Do you think that's due to a lack of accountability?
I feel like it's a lack of self-awareness on top
Mhm.
of accountability, because people, well, to a degree self-awareness, because they know what they're doing, but to a degree they don't know to what extent to what they're doing. Because I feel
Mhm.
like if a man doesn't have people in place to check him or hold him accountable, that man is afraid to be held to a standard. That's how I look at it. You can't be afraid to have people to keep you in check, because it shows a form of cowardice to me. Like, you had to have someone in your corner to reel you back in.
Yeah.
Because as great as you are, as talented as you are, no matter how much money you have, you're still human. You can still go off the rails at any point in time. So it's very important.
It's amazing you say that, because there's literal stories, headlines about guys who've like, okay, they had it all, they had the success, this, that, and
Mhm.
third, but they had nobody to tell them no. They had
Yeah.
nobody who they respected when they tell them no.
I mean, it's kind of hard when they're the breadwinner.
Breadwinner, when you like the guy who's like everybody depending on, it's like, who's gonna check me? It's like, if I'm paying your bills or you depending on me, it's like,
It's fear. And it was people like that as well, too. Like, they're afraid to check the breadwinner
mhm.
because the money truck gonna stop coming to them. But you have to be, but if that's truly your friends, that's truly your boy, it don't matter if they cut you off or not. But I'm gonna let you know, because I know nobody else gonna be real enough to tell you. But I'm gonna tell you when you're out of line.
Yeah.
Whether you hate me, whether you despise me, but you can never say that no one ever told you that you're out of line.
Exactly. And it's like, I talked to Tim last week about
Mhm.
like, okay, dreams, ambition, and this, that, and the third. But
Yeah.
really what kind of hangs on is the respect you have for people, and the respect people have for you.
Yeah.
And like whether you respect them holding you accountable, them telling you no, them checking you. And it's like, if a person doesn't have that, it's like, what can they become?
A tyrant. Definitely a tyrant. And it's something that can happen without them even realizing it.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that happens overnight. It gets built up over time. People are like, oh, so-and-so, they crash outs. We love using that term nowadays, crash outs, right?
Yeah.
But he crashing out.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't crash out overnight.
Nah.
It took time. And it took like little signs people probably was ignoring, but there's always that one thing that tips somebody over the edge.